Very excited to share with you just a little bit more information about our Moving Mountains Conference. This is a collaboration between Project 8P, Duke 15 Alliance, and Ring 14 USA. Together, we received a Chan Zuckerberg Initiative Rare as One grant about a year and a half ago to establish a patient-driven commission to advance novel technologies to treat people with neurodevelopmental diseases caused by chromosomal or structural anomalies. That is large deletions and or duplications and or ring chromosomes. We want to leverage the fact that our children present with very similar problems and look for shared pathways to get us all to effective therapies. So it makes sense for us to all meet together and to have conference together. Our children face many of the same challenges and our parents have lots of the same questions. We can answer these common questions more effectively together. So we're going to come together in Colorado to tackle these common challenges, teaming up to bring more information, to share resources, and to stream our conference worldwide for the first time. We will be together when it makes sense, but we will also meet separately to address unique issues and to encourage community within each association. We want to deliver big conference content while maintaining the small conference experience. Here's a picture of the location of our conference. It's going to be held at the Westin Hotel, which is in Westminster, Colorado, a city right outside of Denver. So that's where you're going to fly into and out of July 7th through the 9th. It's really a fabulous place with lots of amenities and a very nice destination this year. I want to share with you a little bit of the agenda that we've put together. Temple Grandin will be our guest speaker. She is a very successful scientist in animal husbandry who is a true champion for the autistic community, and she will address us all on Friday morning. We've put together several clinical support panels, and what that means is that we've gathered some experts who will give kind of some summary information, and then we'll open it up to the audience to participate in a Q&A with the panelists. Put together a neurology panelist to discuss the many challenges that our community faces with seizures. We'll talk about EEG biomarkers and how they might inform treatment. We'll have separate panels on genetics where we'll talk about the 3 syndromes and the complicated genetics behind each of those. Across the board, all of our syndromes kind of struggle with GI issues, so we want to talk about these possible interventions with G-tube in order to supplement nutrition. Talk about constipation problems and also the connection, the gut-brain connection, and how altering the microbiome might influence how you feel and act. We'll talk about sleep problems and possible interventions, and we'll also tackle neuromuscular issues such as neuromuscular scoliosis. We're going to offer support groups where we split the groups up, and then these will be moderated by trained counselors. So we're going to have moms in one room and we're going to have dads in another, and then we'll split the siblings up into age-appropriate groups where you can kind of share with each other some of the problems and challenges associated with having a really fragile and perhaps a behavioral challenged child in your family. We also hope to provide some really practical information. There'll be somebody there to walk you through how to develop an appropriate individual educational plan for your child in the school system. We'll tackle teen life issues and also transitioning from child care to adult care. We'll talk about adult living options, planning for your financial future. We'll talk about different medication choices like CBD or medical marijuana or Epidiolex. There'll be lots of sessions on therapy, music therapy, behavioral interventions, ABA, life skills. We'll have some service dogs and people who train them there, and also a panel on special needs dentistry. And if you're thinking, wow, that's a lot to fit into 3 days, you're right. And some of these panels and some of these information rooms will actually be running concurrently. And so, in other words, you might have to make choices and get to curate your conference experience so that you get to listen to the topics that you are most interested in. I want to emphasize that we'll all be together when it makes sense, but we're also going to meet separately to address certain issues and to encourage community. Each day, we will have time for us, Ring 14 families, to be together as a group. We want to give you an update on our research program from Ring 14 International. We'll have somebody there to give an overview of Ring 14 Guidelines of Care that were published in 2017. And we're going to tell you a little bit about the evolving structure of Ring 14 USA and how we hope to engage our community a little bit further in the future by building out our board and also creating committees to deal with different challenges and needs within our community. So each day, we'll end the day before dinner with a debriefing period where we just come together and talk about, what resonated with us throughout the day. So lots of time together with Ring 14 families. I'm also really excited that we're going to have some research opportunities available to those who want to participate. We'll go over the consent at the conference, but I just want to give you a flavor of what you might be able to participate in if you want to. You could contribute to our biobank. You'll also be able to contribute to our clinical database by going through certain assessments. So we'll have clinicians there to do a basic medical exam and a neurological exam. And then we'll also have clinicians, walking you through skills assessments for your children. Things like the ADOS test, if you're familiar with that. I want you to know that all of the results of this will be available to you to share with whomever you want. So I want to emphasize that you will own your data. Through informed consent, you will get to decide how it's used. And furthermore, you'll be able to see it and share the results with whomever you want. So the platform that we're going to use for this data collection and sharing is the Matrix platform. And I've included the link here so that you can kind of see their demo of their platform. But this is kind of being specially created for the commission. And I want you to know that immediately, once again, you'll be able to see all your child's results. You'll also be able to see information in aggregate with other members of our community. So you'll be able to compare and learn from the other families participating as well. So we want to show immediate benefit back to you for choosing to participate in these opportunities. But conference isn't all about, information and research. It's also about having fun together, fun with your family and fun with the other families who share the similar experiences. So at the hotel, the first night that you arrive, we're going to have a poker night. And then on Wednesday night, we'll have a family movie night out on the lawn. Thursday night, we're going to have a big birthday party, dance party. We're going to celebrate all the parties that we kind of missed in 2020. So we hope to have a really good time that night. During the course of the conference, All of your children are welcome in all of the rooms, but we also have set aside 2 different rooms, activity rooms for the children. So you'll have to accompany, somebody will have to accompany your children to these rooms. You can't just drop them off, but in the rooms we will have volunteers to interact with the kids, and we'll have activities to keep them busy. And then we'll have videos set up, TV set up, so that the streaming of the conference will go into those activity rooms so that you won't miss any content while you're in there with your kids. We're also going to have a parade of the children. We want them to know that they're heroes, and we want to celebrate them, and we'll do that at the kickoff of the conference. Once again, all of our meals will be together. We want to provide lots of time for interaction. And then, of course, the hotel itself, once again, has lots of amenities and for you to take advantage of, like a beautiful pool and an exercise room. Close to the hotel, there's plenty of stuff to do also. Just behind the hotel are miles and miles of hiking trails, and they're all paved, so they should be accessible to wheelchairs or walkers or whatever needs you might have. There's also plenty of restaurants and shops within walking distance. And we all are in Colorado, so there's also plenty of CBD or marijuana dispensaries in the area. And for those who are curious, there will facilitate getting you tours of that. So these registration details have been sent out, but I just want to go over them briefly. This is a hybrid conference, so we're going to have in person, obviously, but we're also going to have a virtual component. Registration is $200 per adult and $100 for children, but it's free for those with a diagnosis. The registration costs include all the meals and a swag bag with conference t-shirts. The virtual tickets are $100 each, and they include live streaming of all 3 days and a swag bag. And you can purchase more t-shirts if you want. But the content will all be recorded, and it'll be available for up to 6 months. So you can go back and watch sessions that you missed, or even review sessions that you want to hear a second time. So after you register, you're going to receive a link to book your hotel room, and this link will include your discount code, which will take you to a rate of $159 per night, which we secured with the hotel. I want to emphasize that you can register without actually having to pay at the time of registration, so you can space that paying out. And you can cancel your registration at any time. If you applied for scholarships, then you can register first, and then you can go back in after your scholarship is awarded and put in the coupon codes. That's how we're gonna do those scholarships. So we don't want cost to be a barrier to attending this conference. If you want to be here, we are committed to finding a way to making this affordable for you. So one of the ways I've already talked about is applying for the conference scholarships. But there is a deadline. The deadline is June 1st. So in about 2.5 weeks, you'll have to have applied for that scholarship. It's a very easy process. Shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, and it has the potential to cover your registration cost for your family, hotel, and possibly some travel funds as well. One additional way that you can help fund your conference is by doing a little fundraising. So we've created a fundraising page that you can start that'll benefit your family. So it'll keep track of the funds you raise, and they'll kind of be assigned to you, and they go directly towards covering your conference expenses. Anything that you raise over the conference expense of your family, that'll go into the Ring 14 General Fund to help support our programs. So if you have any questions about any of these topics, whether it be the agenda or how to fundraise or how to apply for the scholarship, please just send us an email and we'll walk you through this. But we're really looking forward to this conference and we hope to see you there. Thank you.